Here are 10 reasons why the Ohio State Buckeyes, as they usually do, are going to reload after a 2024 season capped with a national championship. Ryan Day's best season yet of his tenure, and we would expect, with the great coach that he is, more seasons like that to come. Ohio State should make a deep run in the college football playoffs and make the tournament again. And yes, I did call it a tournament. That is honestly effectively what the college football playoff is now. But anyway, enough of my babbling. They should return to the playoffs and make a deep run, be expected to, and reload, because number one, they have the two best players in college football. Jeremiah Smith, who had over 1,000 receiving yards as a true freshman and is the best wide receiver prospect potentially in the history of the sport. And Caleb Downs is the best safety prospect we've seen in a while. Might be the best since, Ed Reed? Maybe that's too extreme, but they have the best players in college football. That will help a ton in raising their floor and also raising their ceiling. No downsides to that. Reason number two is Ryan Day. Before we resume this segment, please take a few seconds of your time to make sure you have liked the video, subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell for the channel and for any team podcasts and playlists linked in the description, and also comment your thoughts down below in the comment section and join my Discord server via the description. All of those things I just asked you to do are completely free, and they sign you up for things related to my channel, or they don't sign you up for anything. No cost to you, and all the benefit to you, because we release daily college football content here on College Football with Sam. If you want to support the channel monetarily, sign up for a YouTube membership, or check any other links in the description for my merchandise store and Patreon page. Thank you very much, and let's get back to the segment. He's an elite coach who's built a great staff. Day is by himself here because Ohio State has coordinator changes, and coordinator changes that I think everyone universally accepts as downgrades. But Day is a top 2 head coach in football, and I have a lot of respect for him. I've always thought that he was near elite at worst, elite, potentially more than that at the very best. I trust him with game management, and I trust him with making the proper moves in games, pre-game, post-game, to help Ohio State succeed and play to their best and, look, win double-digit games, reach the playoff, and win a big game. Day, even before he won it all last year, won a big game every year. In 2019, Big Ten championship game and all those regular season wins. In 2020, it was the Big Ten championship game and the game against Clemson. 2021 was kind of the exception to that rule, but I would call Utah, given the circumstances, a big win. In 2022, they beat Penn State. That was a big win. Penn State finished with 11 wins. In 2023, he beat Notre Dame and Penn State, and last year he beat Penn State, Indiana, Tennessee, Oregon, Texas, and Notre Dame. So Day's got it. Day's already a legend in his own right at Ohio State, and I think he has Ohio State in a better place than Urban Meyer did. Reason number 3 is their NFL wide receivers. This is excluding Smith, by the way. So you can factor Smith in here if you want, but they have 6 playable wide receivers with NFL bodies. All of them have NFL potential. Not saying all of them will be picked in the first round. That's probably unlikely. But most of them probably will be. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. They can easily go 5 wide in an era where I don't think a lot of teams can, specifically this year. And it's even more so the case on the offensive line. Like trench play is suffering with the portal, and a lot of places are trying to find it. A lot of places are also trying to find explosive receivers, and Ohio State's just a factory for that. I don't care that they lost to Emeka Egbuka. They're going to reload there. Like, I seriously don't care. I don't think it's a loss at all. It's not disrespectful to Egbuka. Just as long as Hartline's there and he's recruiting at the rate he's been really the past 3 cycles, they're fine. They're going to do an amazing job. And that's a huge non-negotiable. That means with the receivers they have, unless their quarterback play is really atrocious, teams can never stack the box against Ohio State. You can't, because then you risk a big play, and that helps the offense thrive. Reason number 4, switching to the defense, is the athletic linebackers. You have Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, and Peyton Pierce. Maybe Riley Pettyjohn can get on the field. almost all of them, if they wanted to, could play defensive end in an alternate universe. So that, along with James Laurinaitis coaching them, I will let you determine maybe why that's a reason on my list, obviously. Reason number 5 is they have great starting safeties. So Jalen McClain, Malik Harford's a backup, I know, but I wanted to include him in here. And then obviously Caleb Downs. Downs is a freak. One of McClain or Hartford could be. And I like the position they are in because there's going to be downgrades losing Hancock and Ransom. But that safety room was so ridiculously good that a downgrade means you're still one of the best safety rooms in the country. So that's going to help prevent explosive plays. It's going to help you stop the run, or at least stop explosive runs, and ultimately help Matt Patricia, I think, ease into his first defensive coordinator job in a while and his first one in college, where there are differences to the NFL, especially when you're opening up against Texas in a big game. So those are the, I think, biggest reasons. You know, when you have the two best players in football, are you really in most situations going to, go 8-4? No. You're going to miss the playoff in most worlds? No. When you have Ryan Day on top of that? No. Like even a harsher? No. Now, if this is a year for Ohio State to maybe underperform when you lose 2 coordinators and when you return fewer than 50% of your production for the first time ever under Day, then yeah, this is the year, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. I think that Ohio State is going to make the playoffs, and they're probably going to go on they could go on a run, they could not, but I think they're certainly going to make the playoffs. And I changed my mind from an opinion I had earlier in the year where I thought Ohio State was going to miss because of how I think now they're going to match up against Texas, where I'm actually picking Ohio State to win. If you want to view that video, look at the top right corner of your screen. There will be an icon for that. I never thought that Ohio State wasn't playoff caliber, by the way. I always thought from a roster and power ratings point of view, they would reload the best they could, realistically. I just thought that some teams on their schedule matched up very, very well with them. And after looking back on it, I realized that, I don't think Texas does to the degree I thought they do. So that's why I have them now reaching the playoff and made that sudden pivot. The reason I made that sudden pivot is I always believed Ohio State could win it all and should reach the playoffs. Now I'm just actually picking them to follow through on that. Number 6 reason why I think Ohio State should reload and will is that they will return to having a awesome tight end group. And by return, I mean Cade Stover was really good. I think he was an undervalued player for the Buckeyes. So they'll return to having a player like him. But I also think they'll be better than any of the Cade Stover tight end rooms because of how deep they are and the fact that Claire is at least going to be Stover caliber plus better depth, and he could be better than Stover. Number 7 is Julian Sayin. I have faith in Sayin. He could start the year off rough, but in the grand scheme of things, 1 loss isn't keeping you out of the playoffs. And again, I'm picking Ohio State to beat Texas. He is the perfect mold for Day's system. Mobile enough to escape the pocket, maybe pick up some yards, but not a scrambler. Has good arm strength and has a good zip to the ball. Pretty accurate and doesn't turn it over. Reason number 8 is Ohio State is a kicker upgrade. Now, this is further down the list than maybe it should be because I don't know if they're going to start Corville over Fielding. They probably should start Corville over Fielding, but I don't know if they will. I think they have a kicker upgrade, though, regardless, in Jackson Corville over Jaden Fielding. And I think that will help them in certain situations where they're not as good of a team as they were last year, but the kicker can help compensate for that. And if they are as good of a team as they were last year, which there is a world in which that happens, then they're maybe even a better team than they were last year. Reason number 9 is their overall team talent. The Buckeyes will have the number 1 BCR in college football. So, while I think Georgia has the most talented roster, I'd probably peg Ohio State's at number 2. And if we were to go further than that, they are no worse than a top 5 roster. Just only looking at roster here. That is a wonderful position to be in for a program that wants to reach the playoffs, compete for national titles every year, because a lot of programs want to do that. USC does, and they're not where Ohio State is. Oregon and Texas may not be quite there yet, and I think Alabama's actually fallen a bit back. Clemson wants to. They're not where Ohio State is. So that team talent establishes a very high floor and gives the potential for you to unlock a freakishly high ceiling. Reason number 10 is their NFL reputation. They've reloaded before. The head coach is the same. Many assistants are the same. The program's the same. So I guess why would it be different now? And all of those things tie together, in my view, as proof that Ohio State will reload in terms of at least returning to the playoffs and not falling off a cliff after losing as much as they do. And in terms of maybe outperforming what I'm saying there, they should reload in the sense that they will be a pretty good team. Like they'll be a top 6, top 5 team at the worst, number 1, number 2 team at the best, straight up. Number 1 at the best. What am I talking about, number 1 or number 2? So they should reload. I think they will reload in the grand scheme of things. And when you have one of the nation's best head coaches, when you have the best wide receiver group, when you have a great staff, when your linebackers are freaks, when your safety is a freak, when I look at tight end and you're better there than you ever have been before, perhaps. And look, D-line, O-line, and running back, there's talent there. So they could reload or even improve, me looking at the O-line, an improvement at those different positions. Let's talk about the schedule lastly. Ohio State's schedule is pretty tough in my mind. It's easier in terms of travel than last year, but Penn State and Texas should be better than Penn State, who I think was the best team Ohio State played in the regular season last year. Penn State should be much better than they were last year. Texas should be better than the Penn State team Ohio State played last year. They thankfully get them at home in weeks 1 and week 10. Michigan on the road, Michigan should be much better than they were last year, and it's in the Big House. So you get a pretty massive point swing there. But Grambling State week 2, Ohio week 3, and then, games against Washington, Minnesota, Illinois, Wisconsin. Even though 3 out of 4 of those were on the road, they should win all those games. And then Purdue, UCLA, and Rutgers should be cakewalks. So Ryan Day typically wins 1 big game or 2. So 10-2, maybe 11-1, that's an auto playoff berth. And 9-3 could get you in the playoffs, depending on how good the schedule is. If it's tougher than I think it is, 9-3 probably gets Ohio State in the playoffs, or at least very close to it. 11-1 certainly gets them a home game. I'd say 10-2 gets them a home game. So Ohio State is going to reload. They will make the college football playoff. There's also a chance they will make a deep run, and those are the reasons why. Thank you for watching College Football with Sam. Make sure that you've liked the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for the channel and team playlists and podcasts in the description, join the free Discord server where we talk college football 24/7, and have commented your thoughts down below. Check out the description for any ways you can support the channel monetarily. Everything else I've asked you to do is completely free, and your support means the world to me. We're trying to become the next big thing on college football YouTube. 6-figure subscribers, maybe 1 million one day. I think we can do that. And also check out any videos or playlists, anything in these columns right here, where there will be videos and playlists. Yeah, you get the point. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one.